Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Tshegofatso. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Had a Monday of a Tuesday. Have you ever had a Monday of a Tuesday?
No. What's a Monday of? Is it Monday blues on a Tuesday? What is that?
Yeah. I literally had but in a Tuesday. So this Tuesday was Monday, but we live to tell the story.
No, but like it's because yesterday felt like a Sunday. Maybe your brain just hasn't registered. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we spoke to you on air last week, but now we're speaking to you on the live. We
Mm-hmm.
obviously want to introduce everybody to our finalists. You're the very first finalist that we're connecting with on Instagram. And beyond this being an interview, this is also an opportunity for you to ask questions, anything that you may want to know about Good Hope FM, anything you may want to know about commercial radio. I'm here to sort of help with regards to that as well. And yeah, man, first and foremost, I know we spoke on air, like I said, where are you from and why radio?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm from Limpopo, as I mentioned. I'm from Polokwane, so I stay in Seshego. It's just outside Polokwane. And I stayed there for basically all my life. I never moved around. And then right until matric. So then after matric, I was like, listen, I want to get as far away as possible. I want to move. I want to get away. So I decided, okay, let me go to UCT because I wanted to study medicine. So I moved to UCT in like 2017, and
Okay.
it's been a great 4 or 5 years here at
Okay.
UCT and in Cape Town as well. And so the second half of your question as to why radio. So I think this is actually a tricky question because it comes from like a very long time ago.
Okay.
I've always loved the microphone. Like I even said that I've always been a fan of the microphone. Like I remember when I was young, Barbie had these microphone stands. I had a pink
Okay.
and purple one. That was like one of my first toys, and I've just loved, being able to have a platform using my voice. And then I remember when I was like in primary school, my dad enrolled me in like a community radio station, and so I did a youth show there, and it was just like very
Okay.
interesting to have that kind of platform, and
Uh,
people would call in, we'd run competitions, we'd have interviews. So it's always been one of those things that I really love and appreciate. And
okay.
so now it's been one of those things where I feel like, okay, I'm ready to get back into it again. I think I'm getting into it now with a different mindset. I'm getting into it now with an understanding of like the platform that I'm going into. I think for me,
Yeah.
the most important thing is how can I grow as a person? And I think radio provides such a great platform for that, to grow as a
Yeah.
person, because you're challenged all the time to
You're
constantly
constantly
look.
challenged.
You're constantly challenged, like whether it's topics, whether it's engaging with people who have different views from you, and also just unifying those people. So I think the aspect of self-development appeals to me quite a lot because I'm that kind of
Okay.
person. I'm always looking for something new, but also just the idea that you get to engage with different people from different walks of life. I mean, I'm from Limpopo, and to engage with people in Cape Town is always a different experience. So
Definitely.
I really love that it's a unifying platform, and you get people from different walks of life just coming together. So I think it's great. I think it's an amazing platform. You get to really learn a
Yeah,
lot
look,
about yourself, and yeah.
it's exactly that. A lot of people tend to think that radio is purely about your views, and for the last couple of years, I don't know, people tend to believe that the personality makes the radio show, but actually it's the personality understanding the needs of the listener and what the
Definitely.
listener wants. So
Mm-hmm.
we're actually more of a vehicle to carry the music and the content
Yeah.
and everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the more you obviously grow in radio to understand that, you understand that no, guys, yeah, I'm just the host,
Yeah.
but the content and the music, that's what's important. So if you
Yes. Yeah.
understand that from a very, very early start in your career on radio, I think, that's something that can take you far. So you've
Yeah.
answered why radio. Tell me about Cape Town, because the thing about Good Hope FM, now we've gone through a number of taglines in the past. We've had Connecting Cape Town. Currently, we have It's a Vibe for our summer. But the one thing that sticks with Good Hope FM is Cape Town's original. Tell me about what you think of Cape Town and how would the community in Cape Town take to you?
Yeah. I think the community in Cape Town is one of the most diverse I've ever come across. I mean, I come from Limpopo, which is it's quite conservative. So coming here, I really love how there's a niche for everyone. So everybody has that thing that belongs to them, that they just are able to embrace who they are and really able to come out and be who they are. And I love that. And I think that me coming onto this platform and being able to be a vessel to amplify that culture of just being yourself and embracing exactly who you are in every different shade and in every different tone, whatever the case may be. I think for me, it's just being a vessel. And I really love that about Cape Town. I love that everybody has a place here. And it's just different people from different walks of life, from different countries, all coming together. And I think radio is a unifying platform for that. So yeah, I would say as far as Good Hope goes, I think it's obviously the Cape Town's original, and I would love to be a part of it. Yeah.
So tell me something, all right? We're gonna have a little bit of fun here, okay? I want you to, in a perfect world. Okay. And when I say perfect world, I mean all the things that you want, you have, right?
Wow.
In a perfect world, what radio show are you doing, right? What is that show about? And what is that show's X factor?
Wow. Okay. So in a perfect world, it's obviously going to be my own radio show. I could say it's going to be a show that is really one that speaks a message of hope. I think, but the kind of hope that isn't like leans towards toxic positivity. It's the kind of hope that says, listen, we understand that there are different things that you're affected by in life, but you are choosing intentionally to be this kind of person, to lead this kind of life. I think for me, it's a message of you are exactly who you think you are. And I think it's the kind of space where people come to really understand themselves, to really understand the people that they are living around, and also to just grow into themselves. But I'm also like a very socially conscious person. So I think in any platform that I am, I really, really like to sort of bring elements of social consciousness. So especially in Cape Town, I mean, I did say it's a versatile place, it's a dynamic place, it's constantly moving, but there's so many intersecting identities that drive your experience, that narrate your experience living in Cape Town, for example. So I think in a perfect world, I'm here to unpack those issues and say, listen, these are your intersecting identities that drive your experience, but we are choosing this. So as Tshegofatso Masenya, as a Black woman, this is what I'm choosing. This is how I'm narrating my story. And so I think I wanted to be that kind of platform, a platform of self-actualization where you really step into your power and you tap into the person that you truly are. And of course, entertainment. I'd like to believe I have a great taste in music. So definitely entertainment as well. We want to weave, lightheartedness into all of that. I think radio is great. It's a great tool for entertainment, but also realizing things, as the great Kylie Jenner, the philosopher, once said, realizing things. So yeah.
All right. So give me your slot. Give me the name of your show. And I want the X factor. You've told me about weaving. You've told me about intersecting. You've told me a lot. Give me the name of your show. Give me the time slot. Give me which day of the week. Give me the X factor. I need that thing. What am I going to feel if I hear Tshegofatso on the radio? What am I going to feel?
Okay. So the first thing I would say, maybe Tea Time with T. I've always sort of quite liked that name just because I'm Tshegofatso and my name is, the first letter of the name is T. Might be a bit cliche, but I like it, Tea Time with T. And then definitely an afternoon show.
Is that 9 to 12 in the morning?
Sorry? Yes.
9 to 12 in the morning, okay?
Yes. So I really like the idea of setting the tone for the day. Really sort of like, getting people in the mood for the day, like getting people rejuvenated. So if you come into my show, like you're going to leave rejuvenated. You're going to leave like, oh my God, I'm taking this day on. I'm taking my life on. I'm taking charge. So I guess that would be the X factor.
All right, cool. So Tea Time with T. You are literally, when people are at work, you're the first person that they're listening to. They just got to work. So you're coming through and saying, I'm going to get you through the start of your work day, and you're going to be energized by 12 o'clock. All right. Now, do you have any questions? I want to open the floor to you. I want to give you an opportunity to ask questions. All right. And also, if any of you watching this live have a question for Tshegofatso, there's a question box there. You just go click the question box and you put your question in there. And towards the end of our chat, I'll see what questions we can address. But do you have any questions?
Yeah, I do have a question. I actually want to know, like, what are some of the challenges that you've experienced in the entertainment industry and in radio? Like, what are some of the prominent things that you've experienced, and what are what are some of the challenges?
Well, I mean, every day on radio is a challenge. At no point, I think, even for the Great Drive when we do it, the day when we start to feel like, oh, that was easy. That's the day when we know we've lost our thing, you know. So you almost look to take the 3 hours that you have, and you want to make sure it's the most explosive 3 hours, right? Some of the challenges on radio, the mic is always on, you know. Even if there's a storm outside, even if the worst things are happening in the world, the mic remains on, and you have to have your voice, you know. It's the nature of the business. You have a social responsibility to your community, to be a stand-up member of the community. You also remember, and I like what you said, that you're a young Black woman, that you carry a certain amount of responsibility to be an example as well, and that's tough. It's very, very, very tough. With that being said, your creativity gets challenged. Every single day you need to think, you need to be on it, you need to differentiate, you need to keep the listener guessing, you need to just always be switched on, you know, and that gets tiring. So radio, in my opinion, is not a sprint, it's a marathon. You know, I'll talk about my show, The Great Drive, with myself, Tamara, Morgan, and Jason Abels. We still haven't completed building that show. We still are consistently refining things. So at no point will you ever perfect radio. You'll only learn more and more, you know. So that's something that a lot of people may not understand. You may have a good voice, you may have a riper personality, but your habits become what people get used to. So how are you going to improve that? You know. Also, radio is about versatility. It's about, like I said, understanding your listener, understanding what your listener needs at that specific time, and ensuring every single day that your listener is number one. You know, sometimes, I mean, we could talk about this whole thing about voting, right? I've got my personal views, but I also understand that with my personal views, there's a responsibility I have to the community. So I have to be careful about how I go about it. A number of people, there are different types of jocks. There are shock jocks. There are guys who say shocking things to really get you worked up. And you decide what you want to be. You decide what you want to be, and you stick to it, you know. So just be aware that, you know, should you be the person who is obviously chosen, that this is a marathon. You're in the door, but now you still have to climb up the ladder. Do you get what I'm saying? So don't get comfortable. You know, I've been to Limpopo before a couple of times. Cape Town has its own vibe. We have our own, we walk different, we dress different, we talk different. We're very unique. Cape Townians are very unique, you know, and that's the essence that speaks to the community and what we're about, and Good Hope FM captures that. So for you specifically, I would definitely say, you know, should you be the person chosen for this competition, I want to see where you're at. I want to see you where our people are at. I can tell you about all the hottest clubs, all the hottest hangouts. This is where we hang out. This is what we do. This is where my listeners are over here. My listeners are over there. So understanding your people, because at the end of the day, like I said, we have a responsibility to our community, and that's what Good Hope FM is about. It's a big family that carries a great responsibility in the city of Cape Town. Hence, we are Cape Town's original. We're the oldest station here.
Yeah.
We made this stuff cool. Good Hope made this stuff cool. So you're going to be coming through to the coolest guys in the city. Feel me?
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Cool. Yeah. I really like what you're saying about like it's a marathon, because you have to continuously be open to learning and be adaptable, because you can't get comfortable. You have a big responsibility. So you have to be open to that. Yeah. To that.
Right. I got a question here. What's Tshego's favorite song at the moment? Oh, this is going to be good. What's your favorite song?
My favorite song at the moment is Kabza de Small, I See the Happy. Oh my goodness. It makes my
happy.
Yes, of course.
Right.
I really love that song. It's rocking my world at the moment.
It's rocking your world, huh? So you're a fan of Amapiano. All right, let me see what else I got in here. All right. From your own perspective, what are some of the top things that make a radio show successful?
So I would say that some of the things that make a radio show successful is actually understanding your audience, because I think you can be a good presenter and you can understand lots of different types of content. But if you're speaking about, tea and coffee to people who have a culture of gin and alcohol, you know what I mean? Like, you really need to understand the people that you're speaking to so that you can speak the same language with them, and the same language, not literally, but actually just speaking about the things that appeal to them. So I think what makes a radio show successful isn't so much about the presenter themselves, but how the presenter exists in that community. So I think understanding that you are not, I'll leave it there.
No, I'm listening. I'm like, wow. Like, you get you get it. Yeah. No. You get it. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was just going to say that it's about it's not so much about do I have the personality, it's about do I understand Cape Town? Do I understand the audience that Good Hope has cultivated over the years? And am I able to connect with them as Tshegofatso Masenya? Are we able to converge somewhere in the middle? So I think that what makes a radio show successful is how you as a presenter, what depth are you willing to go to research about the community that you are going to be working with, that you're going to be serving as being a vessel, right? Like, you take the message, you bring it to the people, but make sure that message is one that they are receptive to, that one that they can understand, so that they can also keep tuning in, right? I'm not going to tune into a show that's not speaking about things that are relevant for me. So I think that's what makes a radio successful, yeah.
Definitely. You've got the fabric, ma'am. You've got the fabric, all right? You understand this, and now it's a matter of making your mark. And I want to just, before we wrap up, just remind you that, in this competition, there can only be one winner.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean if you don't win that you don't carry something that radio needs and what you offer radio may not see. I'm a firm believer in it's not no, it's just not yet. And if you really want it, you'll go out there and you'll work until you get it. I never won this competition. I was in this competition. I never won,
Yeah.
And by the grace of God, years later, I'm the drive host, so we're really blessed. Yeah. We're really blessed. You just got to be consistent. It's a marathon. And I look forward to potentially seeing you on air, okay?
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Everybody, check her out. There's her handle right there in the pinned comment. Support her. Show her love. This is young talent out here trying to make its breakthrough. Get to know Tshegofatso. Tshegofatso, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you. You are a bright spot. You're very smart. You're very, very smart. Yeah. And I think when I look at peeps like you, that we are in great hands with regards to broadcasting. All right.
Thank you so much.
It's an absolute pleasure. I got There's something coming up next in a couple of minutes, in about 5 minutes. I need to end this one, start another live. So everybody who's here, I'm going to be talking to the second finalist. Bye, Tshegofatso. Let's say goodbye to Tshegofatso now.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye now.
This is Good Hope FM. This is Good Hope FM. We play the best music.